Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalaran, and in patch 8.1.5, we'll be able to level even faster for any of our characters coming out of Legion into a battle for Azeroth. If you were thinking about leveling any new alts, any new classes for max level 120, I think it's a good idea to maybe hold that off for a while unless you're really jonesing for a brand new class. Because once patch 8.1.5 hits, we're going to be able to quest even faster. Combined with all the bonuses given to us in Battle for Azeroth, we might have some of the fastest close to max level from last expansion leveling. We're talking about leveling from level 110 to 120th at the fastest rate you possibly could. First of all, because I know I'm going to get questions about this, patch 8.1.5 is different than patch 8.1, obviously because of the 0.5 patch, but there was just a lot of confusion, and I really want to pull this blame on Blizzard because of this. And I'm not going to blame you guys for getting confused with this at all. The recent update that we had was not a patch, it was really just patch 8.1 part 2. So it's almost like when we got the patch 8.1, it came incomplete, which makes me ask, like, what's going on at the Blizzard office? I feel like they should have done what they did in Legion and make patches happen. 8.1, 8.15, 8.2, 8.25, and keep the major updates with the patch. This was the confusion, and we were talking about patch 8.1.5, which will come in maybe about 2 months or so-ish from now, but honestly, the time is gonna fly by before we know it. The patch 8.1.5 is gonna be signified by, and not limited to, the release of the new allied races, the Kultirans and the Zandalari, the promised allied race that was kind of like the center point, in my opinion, for Battle for Azeroth, besides, you know, the Maka Orcs, as well as the Dark Iron Dwarves. Now that I hopefully helped you guys dispel any kind of confusion, let's get into the meat and bones of the actual video. With every single expansion, and Legion was like any other, eventually Blizzard enables the upgrade of Heirlooms all the way to the max level. That means in Legion, for example, we had to go through the quests, through the dungeons, and rechange our gear, but eventually they unlocked the opportunity for us to just stay in Heirloom gear, power up our weapon as we went with it, and basically get extra experience rewards on top of all the other bonus objectives you could do, like demon invasions. So we're going to be getting that in Battle for Azeroth, but with all the other elements you have to take a look at, we're going to be getting that on crack. It was data mined for patch 8.1.5 that we'll be getting 2 new items for Heirlooms, although it's not something we can really go test out currently. The items are either an upgrade for a weapon or a piece of armor from level 110 heirloom to all the way to maximum 120. That means all of your heirlooms that you have raised up all the way to maximum scaling level of 110 will be able to be upped to 120. So as you level yourself, a new character, through Battle for Azeroth, anywhere from 110 to 120, your gear is going to scale with your item level and stats with you, providing you that very much wanted and sought out for XP bonus on your gear. Now, this is awesome except for a few armor pieces. The weapons are going to be pretty easy, pants, cloaks are fine, but the chest piece, headpiece, and shoulder piece as Azerites, we kind of need those Azerites for a lot of our gameplay. I guess Blizzard is gonna either ask you, okay, you either have full piece from head to toe in Heirlooms with extra experience for bonus, or you change out 1 or 2 or even all 3 of those pieces for effectively more damage, effectively more value, but you lose the XP bonus. I think that Blizzard does not want to do this. I think they realize just how strong Azerite pieces of gear are, and I know not everybody is super excited about Azerites, but the trades themselves do give you a massive leg up when it comes to questing, especially when you get some early level Azerites with legendaries. Together it makes the experience very quick because you're able to get through a lot of the mobs really quickly. As you climb higher and higher in levels, it gets a lot harder to get that next level until all the way to 120. What I think Blizzard should do is maybe add a chest piece, Azerite gear, shoulder piece, and a headpiece that can be applied by every single class, so you don't have to have like a leather, cloth, plate, whatever, because all these pieces of gear are going to be basically they're going to be nullified and void after Battle for Azeroth, as I'm pretty sure Blizzard is not going to be revisiting the Azerite power system on headpieces, especially by patch 8. 8.2. Maybe like a piece of gear that can be used by cloth, leather, plate, or whatever, and the piece adjusts its stats depending on the class of choice and what type of gear should be appropriate. So if you're a shaman, it'll give you enough intellect and armor, and the armor type of your piece will change because of the class that you are. But the bonuses can all stay the same. They can just take a bunch of middle ground bonuses that are not spec specific and give you an option of 4 of them, so you can choose whichever ones you want for faster leveling. There's more than one way of going about it, but I think Blizzard might as well play up with the Azeroth pieces of gear for BFA, unless they end up coming up with something better, which I think that would be perfectly fine too. In terms of how much experience you gain from all of these bonuses with the ones that are available in Battle for Azeroth, you'll be getting so much extra XP, it might be the fastest grind to max level from the last expansion in ever. You're looking at about 45% of most players for Heirlooms, +5, -5 extra from the ring if you have the fishing. Then you have the war mode, which can give you, if you're alliance, up to 30% more experience. Add in the Warfront vendor extra 10% XP gain from the potion, and also faction invasion, which gives you a 10% experience buff on top of that. So technically, if you have the most amount of stuff put together, you could have up to, but not for everybody, 100% more experience while you're questing. And if you decide to do a very quick and easy activity where islands is still a fairly decent way to level, especially if you have some friends that can power level you through, maybe some low level demon hunters with all the best AoE legendaries, I mean, you can just get to max level very, very quickly. And even at its worst, if you're a horde player that's dominant in war mode and you don't have the ring, you still get 75% extra experience flat for any limited amount of time, as long as you're requesting during the faction invasions. That is still very quickly. With war mode on, with all the other bonuses available, this is going to be the fastest questing we've ever seen. I logged on PTR to try this out, and so far the heirlooms are not available, so I want to really give myself a run within, let's say, an hour on live servers, taking a route without all the heirlooms, and then an hour on the actual PTR with all the different bonuses that I can get, trying to get as much value out of it, taking exactly the same route just to show you guys the difference. But as of this moment, I really cannot do much, but potential for this is pretty high, unless what Blizzard decides to do is nerf this to the point where nobody has like intense amount of advantage, where alliance can just like outscale, like make it so that you can have the most amount of experience gain at like 70% at highest, and if you add like all this extra bonuses, it doesn't do anything for you. I feel like they could maybe cap this in order to make it not unfair for other people, but hopefully they don't, because this could be insanely cool and insanely fun. Anyway guys, this is one of the bigger updates coming in for patch 8.1.5. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed. I want to test this out whenever this comes out, but let me know your thoughts on the fastest potential possible questing that could be done in BFA with patch 8.1.5, and hopefully earlier part of the video dispelled a little bit all the confusion of all the patches and updates and whatnot. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see all of you in another one.